caffeine. Ooh, do people love caffeine? They go, you're going to take away my coffee? And I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. And, you know, it's coming in so many sources. Let's say it's not just coffee, but we're getting our bump and our fix. We're getting it from soda, chocolate, also like these Red Bull drinks. And I mean, I don't even know how people can handle this because honestly, what these in like Red Bulls and all those energy drinks, they have so much caffeine and they overexcite the brain. And they're called excitotoxins. And literally, we've seen more epilepsy and seizures because of this. And I literally have my cousin, I'll give you a quick story here. He was someone who would do a Red Bull a day. This was a certain day in which he decided to drink 2 of them and didn't eat very much, and literally was driving his car on a highway and with his buddy who was the passenger and went into a grand mal seizure. And wow. Literally had to, and when you do that, you go into rigor mortis, so the gas pedal was going, they were going over 100 miles an hour, and by the grace of God, this kid kept pounding at his leg to get it to release, and they were able to veer off the side of the road and somehow survive. And this is something that he never touched again, and this is not the first case I've heard of having a seizure because of doing too many of those drinks. So we're getting the biggest assault, particularly in the United States. Europe and other countries are much more advanced than we are in banning this stuff, such things as NutraSweet and all the food additives. The FDA has literally a 3,000 item list of all the additives and chemicals we can put in our food. And this really summarizes, I think, why autoimmune and cancer is out of the roof. It's not just the soils depleted, but we've added a touch here, a touch there, whether it's to preserve the shelf life of the food so that it can sit on the shelf. That's really what the trans fats do, by the way. Your Twinkies can stay on the shelf for 20 years. What do you think that's going to do inside your body? So all of these chemicals are adding up. And, you know, it's, you know, the little teaspoon of sugar that we're putting into our coffee. You know, the most chemically treated food product in the world is coffee. And if you drink decaffeinated, it's like drinking dry cleaning fluid. There are more chemicals in decaf unless it's Swiss water processed. So please think about what you're putting into you because it's more chemicals. And, you know, if everybody was doing relatively more a healthy, balanced lifestyle and healthy habits, I actually don't mind maybe 1 cup of organic coffee or espresso once a day or twice a day. Now, this is not going to be on my program, but maybe down the road we would work with that. But the issue is also what we're putting into it. I mean, these people are going to Starbucks and Coffee Bean, and you're getting tons of milk, tons of sugar, mocha, and so it's all, once again, the dairy and the sugar and the caffeine, and that is a rough combination that will do a great amount of damage in a very short period of time. So when we're throwing these things in, because it's maybe coffee in the morning, it's a soda in the afternoon, it's a little Splenda in my iced tea, and then it's a cocktail at night. So what do these things do over time? They're going to assault the liver, and your liver has 500 functions. It's the most important organ that keeps you going. You're going to strip vitamins and minerals when you're taking in these chemicals, and you're going to add more neurotoxicity, because when you have chemicals, and when the liver can't keep up with these, and they're just foreign to the body to such a degree, they're going to recirculate and they're going to do some damage. And so, you know, over time, these things really start to chip away at us. And I have people say to me, you know, why can I have gelato when I go to Italy and I can eat every day and not have irritable bowel syndrome? But when I eat it here, I'm like in the bathroom. And I said, because what do you think's in there? Chemicals. You probably have, you know, 2 types of sugar here, some chemicals, and also the dairy itself is full of antibiotics, hormones, and chemicals. So if we simplified and we didn't use all these preservatives and additives, we would do so much better. And I think this is something that we're really unaware of, because unfortunately some of these additives are even in the healthy products. Now, I don't get so anal to make us, like, I will still have you use unsweetened almond milk. But there are things such as xanthine gum and certain additives that I don't like, but there is no way around this unless you're literally going to start everything from scratch, and it's almost impossible with our busy schedules. So I will compromise there a little bit, but, you know, this is even why I'm going to have you get certain better quality vitamins, because when you're going to just a local pharmacy or a Costco, when you look at the other ingredients, there's so many dyes and additives. So once again, it's this food additive list that's something that's gotten out of control.